Hello, hello everyone. It's me, Kae Pea. I'm here in my studio, the Moon and the Maker, home of ArtFoamies, and I'm here for ArtFoamie Fun Friday. It is Friday, November 22nd. I can't believe November's almost over, but it is. And I am here for ArtFoamie Fun. I hope you are too. And I'm so excited to be here, as I always am, because we do have some ArtFoamie Fun for you. Let me say hello to all my friends. I have to start by saying good evening, and thank you for joining me on a Friday evening. Pam Shales is here, and she gets a gold star. Let's see who else. Ginger, Wendy, Bliss Angel Studio, also known as Bliss Angel Studio, Mary Lynn, Roberta. Oh my goodness, we have a great group assembled here tonight. Who else? Becky, excuse me, Catherine, Lisa, Christina, Cecilia, Megan, Evelyn. Oh my goodness, and a chatty bunch too. Ellen, Zandra, Sharon, Ron, also known as Patty. I hope I'm not missing anyone. Maxie Moon is here. Krabby Abby. Oh my gosh, Patty. Oh man, Rini, Sue. Who else? Alba. Loie P, nice to see you. Janice and Terry. I hope I did not miss anyone. If you want to, make sure you comment, especially later when we play the numbers game. You want to get in on that. And what else? We have so many new things to share with you tonight. Kristen Hoffman is here, and Brianna from Orange Spiral Arts. Thank you all again. I hope you know how much it means to me that you come here and hang out with me on a Friday evening. And as you know, it is November. Excuse me, I need to get a drink of water here. And yes, it is a red solo cup, but it is just water. So we have so many new things because it's November, and I am excited. I get to not only come here and share some of my own new designs, which I'm really excited about because you know, it's one of my favorite things to do in the whole entire world is to design stamps, also known as ArtFoamies, right? And what's even more exciting for me tonight is that Maxie Moon has done some collaborating with me and designing with me. I have to say, Maxie is always just an abundance of ideas. But usually she's always just been like, Mom, you do this, you do that. You know, and I'll say, you do it. She's like, no, you. So I end up doing it, but she has been more excited to design lately. And that just, you don't know how exciting that is for me. I am going to be sharing with you some collaborative stamps that Maxie Moon and I designed together. And then a whole bunch of stuff that I have been sort of just holding under my hat for a while. And, of course, November seemed like a great excuse to bring it to you. Janine, welcome. Nice to see you. I'm going to turn this camera around and we're going to get to show and tell because, again, so many new things. And, you know, some things might not seem like it has exactly rhyme or reason. But, again, many of these images are things that I have designed and been, you know, hanging on to. And then I'm just finally like, I have to have these stamps. So a little bit of self-indulgence. And again, a very fun collaborative effort with Maxie Moon. So I'm just going to start, I'm just going to dig in. No particular order. I am going to save the Whimsy wheels for last. Okay. Well, and the sun and moon inspirations and the Whimsy wheels for last. Okay, so I'm just going to start in with a couple of my random designs, and they do have rhyme or reason. I know it might not seem like it, but I'll explain to you as we go through, and then you can sort of, I guess, be in on, you know, what I'm thinking when I'm designing. All right, so. Who else is here? D. Ray, nice to see you. I hope I did not miss saying hello to anyone. All right. So, first I do have two of my, I guess my girls, my ladies' faces. You know that I love drawing faces every February. I hope if you don't know this already, you know, if you're just hearing about it, I hope you'll join me in February, because every February I do a face a day in February, and I share it just as something fun and hopefully inspirational. If you know, you or anybody excuse me, that you know love to draw faces, it is just a fun challenge, and it is something I've been doing since 2016. And so this year I really wanted to bring some of the faces to ArtFoamies. And it just, you know, takes a while sometimes. And these were two of the faces that I drew in the month of February. Now, I don't think they were part of my actual challenge, but I did draw them, you know, back in February. And it was just something I wanted to bring out. What happened was I drew this one as our sort of Blue Moon exclusive for my Patreon. And then I decided that I was not going to use that for my Blue Moon exclusive, but whoever I showed it to said, you have to bring it out. Like, we really want that. She has such a pretty face. It would be perfect for the holidays, or really, you know, doesn't obviously have to be for holidays, but she could be for holidays, right? And she kind of looks a little Art Nouveau. And I just really loved her. I thought she was just a really nice size and fun, looked really fun to color and paint. So I said, let's just go ahead and bring her out anyway. It's great for December. Well, then what happened was I had designed this other one. And so you can see what I mean when I say it's a little bit self-indulgent, but you know, it's not just because I wanted it. Other people had seen these, and actually Mr. Moon was the one who tipped it over the edge and said, you have to go ahead and bring her out. Because I said, no. I said, I think she might be too big. It doesn't make really sense for this, you know, for this collection. And then a few people saw her. I did paint her in my journal. And then a couple people said, yes, definitely bring her out. So I think they kind of go nicely together in a sort of way. You know, Seek Peace seems pretty profound for right now. And, you know, I will never, if somebody says, yes, please bring out this ArtFoamie, I'm never going to say no. It's just, it's in my DNA now. Anyway, so that is Seek and Peace, and they are rather large, great for a journal, great for, actually would still fit on a larger card if you were wanting to do that, but I think these would be really nice on a substrate, if you want to paint on canvas or a board. Also, of course, for all of your collaging, I wanted to just show you this. If you go through a magazine and find some faces that are a similar size, look how fantastic that will work together, right? And this is just random. And it's funny because she kind of has the same face shape. I literally just pulled out a Glamour magazine, and I just found one that was a similar face shape and size. So again, keeping in mind that if you love collaging, get out your collage soup books. I think it would just be wonderful. So anyway, that is Seek and Peace. Let me measure these for you. Although, you know, the measurements generally are on the website. Again, she's a big girl. She is from the top of the bird to the bottom of her hair is almost 8 inches. And about 5.5 at the widest point. Okay. This one is a little bit smaller, but we wanted to, when we decided we were going to kind of do them at the same time, I wanted to make the faces around the same size. So even though she's much smaller, face size is approximately the same. Okay. Maxie Moon. Yes, Maxie was just like, Mom, come on. And then I said, no, on this one. And then Mr. Moon. And then somebody, I think Megan, I don't know, a couple people were like, yes, you have to release her. So I did, you know, and not trying to, it's not me fishing for compliments. I promise. Like, I could keep these in my iPad forever, you know. Anyway, this one runs about from the bottom of the word peace. Okay. But of course you can always cut that off or use it separately, which is something I like. But from that bottom of that word peace to the top of her head is about 5.5, and at the widest point, approximately 4. Okay. So again, those are my girls, drawn all the way back in February, and there they are. Okay. So thank you for all the love. I do appreciate it so much. Okay, here again, another sort of seemingly random sort of collection, but this has been on my mind for so long. I love you too, Maxie Moon. Oh, you're saying you love all of them, but I thought you were saying you loved me. Well, I know you do, so it's okay. Anyway, so this is a little bit crazy, but I have had these images again on my iPad because I do most of my designing on my iPad. Although I will tell you, I do a lot of stuff by hand first. So lots of times I will draw something with pencil and paper, okay? And then I will take a photo of my drawing and then I'll put it in my iPad and then I'll do all my refining, okay? So all my stuff is eventually on my iPad and I have had these on there for ages, maybe even, oh gosh, I would say before February, maybe since last year or I don't know, a while. And I have to just tell you, I wanted these so badly. I said, finally, I got to do them. I have so many ideas. And for those of you who know me and follow me and watch me on Patreon or, in any of my live streams, you know that I love the concept. I love the solid stamps, okay? The solid ArtFoamies. Like, for example, the heart, what is it? Heart on the block, or I can't remember the name of it, but the solid heart or the solid silhouette. We have many, okay, just even solid circles, whatever. I love the freedom that it gives for overstamping. And these are just some pieces that I've wanted for a while because I think they're so handy and so cool. So we do have a set of birds and a set of vases, okay? So here are the shape of the birds, and you get 4. They only are in a set. And they run around, 3 to 4 inches. So this is about 4 inches by about 3. Yeah, all, in the same vicinity, around 3 to 4 inches, okay? The vases are a little bit larger, and they run about 4 to 6 inches, okay? So about 2.5 to 3. This chunky fat one is about 4. Now this is actually 4.5 across by about 4 tall, okay? So here are the vase shapes. Oops, wait, I don't have all of them there. I have some in here. Oh wait, let's see. There's another one. Let's see, I have them in here. Here we go. Here's the little fat squatty ones. Let me turn this over so you can see them here. So there's that guy. And you just, oh my gosh, the possibilities are so endless. You are just going to love playing with these. I cannot wait to show you. Now, I have so many new things here to share with you tonight. We probably will not be able to get through everything as far as, doing makeys, of course, with all of them. I will tell you a couple things. I will be working with them all throughout the week in Patreon. I'll be finishing up a lot of my started projects. And then next week we have a really fun surprise for all of you. Well, it's not a surprise because I'm going to tell you what it is. We will be launching our new ink pads, okay? And I'm so excited to share those with you. So that's another reason why I wanted to come out with these solid shapes. And I have more in the works, but these will work so amazing with the new ink pads. I'm so excited to share it all with you. Anyway, okay, so here's the short squatty one. Here's the one that looks kind of more a little bit like, I guess, like a glass vase. Okay, so there's this. Okay, and this. And then this is just your normal sort of wonky shaped vase. I keep calling it a vase. I don't really call them vases, but So there's that one. And one of the things I will tell you, I was sort of really debating on the size. I keep second guessing myself, and I keep, you know, thinking like, I should have made them a little smaller. They're a little too big. But the thing about these is they are such simple shapes that if you want to trim these down, okay, they're going to be so easy to just go on the inside, follow that line, and make a smaller vase, okay? And yes, again, we talked about this in my Patreon. For those of you who are my patrons, I do give sneak peeks. So I hope that, you know, if sneak peeks are something that you love, make sure that you join me on Patreon, because I do share a lot of my ideas and, again, sneak peeks ahead of time. A lot of times we do test drives and stuff like that over there. But anyway, yeah, these vases are also great for other things. Can you see them as a body? Can you see them as other things, like maybe a fish? Or maybe a guitar, I mean, a ukulele. I mean, so many fun things. And again, you can use them in different ways. Maybe you only want like a little simple one hump vase. So you can cut that off right there, right? Yes, they look like little dresses. You can use them. Look at this. So cute. Sort of just shaped like our little dolls, right? Or even on something like this. Looks like a bust. So perfect. So cute. You know, and you know, I love that. I'm always thinking of things that work together. And that is how the Whimsy wheels, again, which I'll be sharing with you shortly, came about. Because Maxie Moon and I were putting our heads together and thinking of things that could go with a bunch of the girls. Not only Megan and my calendar girls, but like the Blue Mooney exclusives, or lots and lots of the other girls in our collections, okay? Wendy Aspinall from Bliss Angel Studios has beautiful girls' faces and ladies' faces and busts. Patty McFarlane has beautiful faces and her angel girls. Danita Art, oh my gosh, Crafty Chica, so many. And I hope oh my gosh, Jane Davenport. I hope I'm not leaving anybody out. My brain is kind of, you know, I go through and trying to think of all the people who do faces. So many of these things will work together, right? ArtFoamies are made as tools for you, okay? They're made to go, you know, with each other, made to go with your stencils and other rubber stamps. So hope that when you see them, okay, that you're always looking at different ways to use them. Justy says the short vase looks like a strapless dress. Yes, that could be, you know, I saw those immediately. And then this one, I think if you turn it sideways, okay, kind of could look like a fish. Could you see that? You can make, or like a shark or something. I don't know. I can put a little face and a little eyeball. I think you could also make larger birds. I don't know. I have not even touched the tip of the iceberg in playing with all of these. Okay. So I just wanted to pull out all the different birds and vases and share with you. Again, this is just the shapes, right? Again, the shape. And then here is with some embellishing, right? So here, again, the shape, and then with some embellishing, okay? So same with the birds. Here are just the shapes, and just I stamped them in solid colors. And then this here, okay, are some of the different little foddery bits that I've made. And of course, you know, you do not have to cut out all of your stuff. I know that with fodder and fodder school people, and I enjoy it too, because a lot of times, remember, I am stamping loads of imagery at one time. So if I can get some things that will be useful in cards or journals or goodie bags or whatever, that's what I like to do. Stamp them all out and give them a test drive, you know, and then make stuff with them. So here you can see a little watercolor and some doodling on there. Okay, this one, this one's this little side shape, which I really love, but you can see so much cuter when you embellish it like this. And I gave them little legs. That was a really fun one to do. Same here. This could be, and of course, you know, you can use these flying left or right. Depends on how you stamp them. You can use on these solids. Now, there is a correct side, okay? However, you can use the opposite side and get a nice impression. So that's what I love too about these solids. And you can do all sorts of embellishing right on there. And you can do over stamping, which is super fun. We will do little makeys. I'm just going to go through, show you all of the imagery, and then we'll have a little fun at the end, okay? And we'll do a little numbers game. You can see I gave them little faces and little marks and little sort of, you know, details. This one is super cute. I don't know if you can see it that well because I did it in light color, but have that dark orange underneath, and then I overstamped in yellow and just scraped away, okay, some of the detail. But here, this is the same stamp, and so it's flying sideways, and then here is an overhead. So just by changing the way that you doodle on it, you're going to get a different bird completely, right? So you can have one going left, you can have one going right, and you can have an overhead view as well. Okay, so that, my friends, is the birds and the vases, and a few little samplings of some of the things I've stamped out with them. All right, and here's a few more little cuties. This one's kind of cute. And I did them all in different ways with different underlayers, you know, different way. You can stamp these, again, in watercolor, stamp them in ink, stamp them in acrylic, or a mixture of the three, right? You can do an underlayer in ink and then an overlayer in acrylic, or an underlayer in watercolor and an overlayer in acrylic. So just to have fun and experiment. And, you know, you can also do things like draw or paint directly on your stamp, on your ArtFoamie. So that is something I will be sharing with you. I think that was everything in my little book here, my little foddery keeper book. And here I'm just going to shove everything back in there just for now and set this all aside. Do you have any thoughts or questions? I would love to hear from you. And Carissa says, Kae Pea making them way cuter than I can. No, absolutely not. I promise you that it is such a fun, simple technique. That overstamping, it is, chef's kiss. All right, so now, here's a few other vases. Let's see. Oh, I thought I had another one. I stamped some. What did I do with it? Oh, I must be missing one. Of course I am. I stamped them using my collage soup books. Okay, so I had a couple that I did with collage papers, but I don't know what happened to my other one. So you'll just have to trust me. They were both really cute. If I find the other one, I'll pull it out and share it with you. Anyway, so yeah, don't forget magazines, collage soup books, all amazing. Well, they're amazing anyway, but really with your solid imagery, so good, right? So easy to stamp on there and get such a nice cutout, okay? And the other thing I want to share with you is that I know that you're going to love. I would love to see the Doodle imprint pad and foamies become available. Well, Evelyn, you are in luck because that is going to be our Black Friday, one of our Black Friday specials. So please make sure you come back next week for Black Friday because, again, we try to not disappoint. Okay. So Kathy Whitney, nice to see you. Thanks for coming. I am going to pull out another thing I know you're going to absolutely love. Again, has to do with the solid stamps. Okay. Acme Post says, has anybody tried image transfers with the collage soup book yet? Answer her if you can. I have not, but I think they're doing it. I'm not sure, but if it's, I don't know. That's a great question. Somebody answer so that I can know. And I want to try that too. All right. So here I have Oh, Megan, that's great to know. Acme post, she says, I had decent results. The darker the images are better. Good, good. Let's see. Kathy says, I got my order yesterday and have been using the cool Christmas chick stamp to make my Christmas cards. Nice. Oh, I can't wait to see. Please share when you get a chance. So here I have made myself something I'm very excited about because I have been wanting to use this for a while. This, and I'm not done. Okay, I am going to eventually decorate this cover. This is a vintage, I think probably 1970 or 80, just regular 3-ring binder. I decorated my inside cover, which I actually am so happy with. I love the way it turned out. And this, for those of you who are wondering what Evelyn was talking about, this is done with the doodle pad she was just inquiring after, so that will be a surprise for next week. However, this was an experiment that I did with it, and my inside cover was a disaster. It was all torn up, so I just covered that up and made myself a stencil book. Okay, so I know you're going to love this because I made my own stencils and masks. Okay, can you see that? Using my solid stamps. So easy. And now I have, and I've done this before. Okay, I'm just going to share my secrets with you. I have been wanting, like I have been really wanting a stencil and a mask to go with some of my ArtFoamies. Okay, so now I've made my own. I'm going to show you how I did it rather quickly, okay, because I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but let me grab my paper real fast. I think this is, I know you come here for ArtFoamie Fun, and I just do love to share some things that I, enjoy with all of you because I think it's helpful and useful. So what I'm using is Yupo, and I'm using translucent or medium. You do not want to use the heavy Yupo. It's too heavy, okay? So I'm using the translucent Yupo. It's 153 GSM, and I just cut myself some pieces. Let me see. I have some here, I think. So I cut myself some pieces, and I put, I did a 3-hole punch, and then I took my stamp, and you can, of course, stamp your stamp if you want to, but I actually used my stamp sort of as a stencil. Instead of stamping it on here, I just held it there, okay, and I traced around it with the pencil. Oops, is that right? Yeah. Okay, I traced around it with a pencil. There's my pencil line, okay, and then I'm just going to show you a tip for doing this. I'm going to get a cutting mat, and I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to really draw very firmly. Okay, I'm going to first I'm going to trace on my Yupo, and then trace around this lightly, and then I'm going to go back over it really firmly. Okay, and I'm going to make my line nice and dark. It's not really so that I can see it better, okay, because I can see it well enough. This is actually so that it makes more of like a little indent in the paper, in the Yupo. Because do you all know what Yupo is? Yupo is synthetic paper. It is more sort of like, it's not, okay, but I'm going to say it's like a plastic. It is a substrate. They call it just a paper-like substrate. But it is great for making your own stencils, okay? And the reason I love it for making my own stencils is because I can use it again and again as a mask or a stencil, but if I want to, I can actually use the, like if I get something. For example, here I have another one. How many of you remember the springy thingies that I designed a while back? Now this is one of the springy thingies. And look how cute this is. This, even though I can use this as a mask again and again, okay? But it is so pretty after you use it as a mask. Maybe you want to use it in your artwork, okay? So you can, because it's not Mylar. It is synthetic paper, okay? So there's that. Anyway, you're going to make your line much darker. Again, not only so that you can see it, but so that it is easier to cut out, okay? And now I'm also going to take a ball stylus. It's a metal stylus with a very tiny little ball at the end. And I also am going to go over this with my ball stylus, making that indent even deeper, okay? The reason I'm sharing this with you is because this will help you when you're cutting your stencils or your stencil, you know, it just makes it easier for cutting. It's kind of making a little bit of a groove almost for you to follow with your craft knife, okay? Again, I'm just going to tell you that this is something that you want to make sure that you have the proper tools, okay, and that you have a very sharp craft knife. Do not use a dull knife, okay? You can hurt yourself really badly. So I just want to also make sure, you know, if you do not feel comfortable using a craft knife, then don't. All right. So I have a pretty much brand new blade. I have made my line nice and dark, and you can actually kind of see it if you even want to. If you feel nervous or like, you know, it's going to be hard to cut, go back over it one more time. Okay. So this is going to help you make a better, you know, make it easier on you. Okay. So here I'm going in with my craft knife, and I am going to cut in that groove. And you can also kind of move your paper as you're going around, okay? And for those of you who maybe are looking for some Yupo, I do have some of the large pads, okay, on my Moon in the Maker site. And we are going to be listing some more art supplies over on ArtFoamies this coming week. So be watching for some stuff. Or, of course, you can get it wherever you shop for your, you know, your art supplies. You can really take your time and go slow. Don't feel like you have to rush, okay? Because this is something that you can just do a tiny cut at a time, and better to be slow and very deliberate than to, you know, mess up your Yupo, or even worse, cut yourself, okay? So just go slow. And again, hopefully those tips will really help you. They really did help me. So now I also did something kind of fun here. Oops, got a little, trim that little bit right there. So as you can see here, I have my mask and I have my birds, okay? And I did something kind of fun for my mask. I went ahead and I cut these, I don't even know what size. I think these are about 5 by 7 for this birds. And I cut them in the center so I'd have plenty of coverage around. And then I just cut a little slit and I popped my little mask right in there. So I'll do the same thing here. Although this one, I might have to kind of cut a bigger slit because this one's kind of wide. And that way I can just keep them all together. And I made myself a little pocket here. And then for my bigger stencils, all my vases, my vases, I just put them in like that. Oh, this one, I didn't. Yeah, they're in. Then I just have some little sort of sticky tack, and I popped my little mask on there, and then there's my stencil. And so I really, this is something I've wanted to do for a while, and so I thought that you would all enjoy that as well. All right, super fun. And now I just have to use all the stencils. Janine says, I like the idea of using Yupo. I've cut stencils with transparencies, and they're thick enough, but much more slippery to work with. Yes, and that is one thing I will tell you. Yupo is nice to work with because it's not as slippery. It kind of has a little bit of a matte feel to it. And actually, if you get the matte or the Yupo medium is a little bit thinner. So I prefer the translucent Yupo the best, but the other will work. Okay, just the heavy I think is a little too heavy. All right. So now let's see. Yes, Kathy says, I've only used Yupo with alcohol inks like someone else mentioned. Yes, it is great with alcohol ink, but you can use Yupo with other stuff. You can watercolor on it. You can, but I will say, you know, it's a different animal. It takes a long time to dry. It doesn't do the same. It will kind of sit on the surface. Alcohol inks are really fun, but very temperamental. I actually have also done acrylic painting and stamping on Yupo as well. And I love it. I think it's really, really just a very fun surface and very forgiving. So keep in mind, you can use it again and again, over and over, like for the stencils, or you can use it as a paper. Let's see. Can also get a 3-ring binder zipper pouch to put the mask cutouts into. Yeah, that would be cute too. Except for you do want to keep everything nice and flat, you know. All right, so before we go to Whimsy Wheels, I have something else whimsical. And this is very near and dear to my heart because you all know how much I love painting and drawing the moon. And so this is something, and actually this, to be honest, was supposed to be my main, this was supposed to be my main thing that I was going to launch, and then one thing led to another. But we do have, my friends, Moonspirations and Sunspirations. So this is the moon, and this is the sun. Both of them are rather tall, at about 8 inches tall, by just about 2, I think maybe 2.5 inches wide, maybe close to 3 at the widest point. And I will say I love them. Okay, really did them sort of, again, Moonspirations and Sunspirations, because they do have little words and phrases that go with them. Let me pull them out so you can see them. Have them all stamped out here. I'm trying to be organized. Yes, I love these, and I haven't really painted them much yet, but I am so excited to do so. So each one comes with 4 little sayings that are meant to sort of fit into the little placard here, or the little front of the column. You know, and lots of different little things that you can do in the heart space. Lots of rubber moon stamps will fit there. I think that you could totally obliterate that and make it much larger. You could put something, for example, I have these cut out, but like have some of these ArtFoamies from other little collections. And of course you could put something there in their hands that would cover it up. This is so cute too. Remember this freebie? This was from, oh gosh, I don't even remember, but it's called a Claudia, and look how cute. Anyway, so many different variations. You also can use the column, of course, all by itself if you want to cut that off, or you could use the figure all by itself, or of course just that face if you just want the moon face or the sun face. And then, of course, your little words fit in there, but they're great for other things as well. And I just had such a fun time putting these all together. I will tell you what happened was that I had already kind of designed these, and they were sitting in my iPad, and my friend Ashley wrote to me. Well, she had actually posted, I don't know how many of you know about our suggestion box on my Patreon. Each month we have a suggestion box where you can make a suggestion of a stamp or ArtFoamie that you'd like to see, you know, like your idea. And then if it is chosen, I will bring it to life, and then you will get a free one if it is chosen at random. So Ashley had made a comment about some phrases and words that she really wanted to see. And I said, oh my gosh, that would be so cute and so perfect with my sun and moon. So I decided we chose 4 each and came out with them with my sun and moon. And then I wanted a lot more than 4 because there were so many more that she had suggested, and so many more that I had already written out that I wanted to tell you. I did these again on my Patreon. I don't know how many of you know this, but Patreon has a little shop, and I do sell my digital downloads over there. So all sorts of, or collage sheets, whatever you want to call them. You can buy them as a download, or you can buy them as an actual printed copy. So since I only wanted to do a few of the words, because just having too many is just too many, right? Yes, such cute bookmarks too. Oh my gosh, Julie, that is such a cute idea. But anyway, so I went ahead and made up all of the sayings, and they are in black and white over there as well as in color. Okay, I didn't print out the black and white one, but there is a black and white version and a color version. So keep in mind, you can also, when you print them out, if you download them and print them out, you can shrink them down, and they can fit also here or here. You can turn them into stickers. Also, if you do not want the little doodles, okay, you can print out, purchase and print out the black and white copy, and you can just print out the words. Okay, so so many variations, and that is one of the things I really wanted this sort of collection to go together. Okay, so here I do have them stamped out a few different ways. Here I have them just stamped on watercolor paper in graphite. Here I have them all stamped out just so you can see the black and whites on watercolor paper in ink. Okay, and then let's see, I also, well, I stamped them here. I just have so many. I stamped them here on Clayboard because I don't know how many of you remember from the old days, okay, back the rubber moon days, my painting by moonlight. I did a little technique and a whole sort of class called Painting by Moonlight. It's on Clayboard, and this is the same exact start of the same technique. I wanted to see if it will work. I actually did another small piece, and it does work. I'm so excited about that, and I will share that with you. Anyway, these are on Clayboard, and it will be a technique very similar, or, you know, not just similar, but hopefully exact to this. Okay, so cute, right? And again, one thing I do love about these is that, again, you get a variety, because even though you get this tall, you know, kind of large stamp, right? There it is. Okay, and as you can see, it doesn't really even fit on some of these smaller substrates. However, again, you have the option to use it in its entirety, use it just as a face, okay? Use it as the face and the body, or maybe you even want to switch out the face. You can use these little bodies and use your calendar girl faces, right? It's just, so many possibilities. Anyway, and maybe you just need a little column and you want to put something else on the column. So there you have it. It's almost like 3-in-1, right? Oh, speaking of 3-in-1, Maxi Moon, did you already tell everybody? Is Maxi Moon still here? Maxi Moon, did you tell everybody about the special? We are having a special tonight, just for anybody who's on the live, and it's only running through Monday, and we are doing, it's just for the Whimsy wheels. I'll just tell you real quick because we're talking about, you know, 3 for whatever. If you buy 2 Whimsy wheels, you get 1 free. Okay. And that does not work. That does not work, I don't think, with your Patreon discount. Okay. So it's just, if you are, maybe you're not a Patreon member, or you're just interested in getting a few of the Whimsy wheels, you can buy 2 and get 1 free. All right. Okay. So also, I want to tell you, this is another sample I had started, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it because I know that I posted that if you came tonight, we would finish this together. That's probably not going to happen, and I'm going to tell you why. Is because, and I'm going to tell you how I did this. I have this old canvas. This is pretty nice canvas, okay? And I had a painting already on it that was messed up. It was going to be the landfill pile, or the reworking pile. Okay. So I had, but it is a decent canvas. Okay. It's not a cheap canvas, and it had a little collage on there and it was all messed up. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to stamp this on here and obliterate the background, which is what I did. You can see, but I don't love the color. I wanted some other colors showing through. Don't love these colors. So this is something I'm going to work on the side, and then I will share it with you. It's a fun technique. It's great if you have canvases and stuff that you are not loving, that you want to rework. Okay. But I'm not going to work on this right now because I already know it's going to take too much time, because I want to change some of these under layers. Okay. So I'm going to set this aside. So I didn't mean to fib. I just decided I wanted to do something different for our makey tonight. Okay. And I am going to do something different for our makey, and that is I'm going to share with you how to do this, but we're going to use one of our Whimsy wheels with it as well. Okay. So I'm going to introduce to you the Whimsy wheels that I'm so tickled about, and so dare I say, proud of my Maxie Moon for just becoming such an amazing ArtFoamie designer. When she wasn't even trying. I think I've just rubbed off on her being around all these years, right? So what happened? Let me just tell you what happened. We were here in my studio, and I said, help me look through my iPad and pick out a stamp for our December Blue Moony exclusive. So for those of you who don't know, I have my Patreon, and we have a very high tier. It is the Blue Moony tier, and you do get an exclusive ArtFoamie designed especially for that group once a month. Well, I designed the Peace Girl. Okay. I think I had already pulled her out and shared her with you. Let me see if I can find her again. Where did I put that? So anyway, I designed her. We turned her into an ArtFoamie, and Maxie said, oh, she's so pretty. You know, she loved her. I loved her too. I think she is really beautiful. And of course, I will love using her and working with her. However, now I can't find the picture, of course, what I do with it. Anyway, I said, you know, I do love it, and I do want to offer it, but I just don't want it as the exclusive. Something was bothering me, and that is, honestly, I just did not want to do another girl this month, because of the past 3 months, we've had girl, like, kind of like, I don't know how many of you have seen them, but sort of like calendar girls. Actually, they were the precursors to the calendar girls, and they look, let me see if I have a few of them here, like these. Okay, and this is one here. I don't know where my other one is right now. Oh, here she is. So anyway, these were the past 3 months. September, October, November. Okay, and I didn't want to do another girl. So I said, we need something that will go with the girls, and not just with those girls, but our other girls, right? We need to have something that you can use and kind of mix and match. So Maxie is the one who said, what if we did sort of like a halo behind their head or something that can go behind them, maybe, and then maybe they have a word or something like that. And then they can mix and match the words. And so she developed right then these wheels. Okay. And at first, we had different names for them. And I was like, I think a ring fling would be so cute. But we already have a stamp. Julie Balzer, I think, has stamps called ring flings. So I couldn't call it that. I don't know. And then we came up with these other names. And then Maxie said, what about Whimsy wheels? And I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cute, especially with the Whimspirations, right? So this one, my friends, is our Blue Moony exclusive for December. Okay. And this is what it looks like. I'm not gonna really stamp that out for you, but there it is right there. Okay. And so that is what prompted all these, because I said, oh my gosh, we just the ideas were just flowing. And I have to tell you, I think we probably could have made 50 of these. And we do, I know already we've had some people saying they love the happy birthday. And yes, we will be coming out with some other, some other holidays as well. Okay. So without further ado, I am going to share with you all of them in no particular order. I am going to also stamp some for you. Yes, they are so fun because they are mix and match. Now, I want to tell you, they do not all necessarily fit inside of each other. For example, like that does not fit in there. However, they will stamp together. They all work stamping together. Okay. And so for example, like this one is a little more open. So even though it doesn't actually fit, like holding it tight, it still can go inside there. Okay. So they all work together in that sense. Most of them do fit within each other, but not all. And yes, we have had concentric, Carissa says, concentric circles. Yes. For those of you who will remember, and this goes all the way back to my stamping days from my parents' company, okay? How many of you remember me from Effie Glitzfinger's St. Louis Stamp Design? That was my parents' company, and I designed concentric rubber stamps for them, for their catalog way back in the day, in the 90s. So then when we came out with ArtFoamies in 2020, when I bought ArtFoamies, I wanted to bring concentric circles. And that I will tell you, so these solids will also work really great with these as well. Okay, it's going to be super fun to layering them and to working with all your circles together. Okay, so, and I realize, I know this is a lot of ArtFoamies. Okay, Sue, you do remember? Oh my gosh, oh, it almost makes me cry, but yeah, anyway, it brought me to where I am today. So that's a good thing. Anyway, so I realize this is a lot of ArtFoamies. Okay. They're going to be here for a while. This isn't a pop-up. So, do the dent that you can. And then, you're going to want to probably mix and match. And yes, remember, no code needed for the buy two, get one free. Okay. On Whimsy wheels only for tonight. And don't forget, come back for Black Friday, because we're going to have some fun specials and some fun things, right, for Black Friday. Also, did I already mention this? I don't know. I don't know if I already said this, but we are not having an after party tonight, only because I know on the schedule it says that we're having an after party, but we are not, because I just know we're going to be here too long tonight. Okay, but we will do numbers game for a fun giveaway. And oh my gosh, Sue, you worked at Great American Stamp Store back in the day. I know why your name sounds so familiar. Puffer. Mwah. All right. Anyway, so let me show you all of these first. Some are not stamped together. These do not come together. I'm going to show you how they come together first. And I also had some squares with them stamped out. So let me find all my squares. Okay, so again, let's see. They're not really in order, but that's okay. Okay, so this one is a maxi moon. So cute. And it is with the starburst, and around the outside it says dazzling, flawless, remarkable, sparkling, wonderstruck, yes, and enchanted. And I love Maxie's handwriting. It's so cute. This one has a little floral wreath, and it says grow, plant, cultivate, kindness, friendship, empathy, reap, and sow. I want you to notice something, okay? Pancake and Lulu, the Whimsy wheels are on special through Monday, okay? Rini says, is there something not working with the ArtFoamies site, trying to purchase and it goes round and round, never completing my purchase? I hope not. Maybe you refresh and let me ask Mr. Moon real fast. But I want to mention something. These words, okay, go around the outside, and they are going around face up, okay? These words are going around and they are face down. Does that make sense? So, you know, and we really debated this, okay? However, this would be so cute around, okay, around an image or around a head, like a halo. This will be so cute underneath something, okay? Anyway, just a thought. Not that it can't go around. Of course it can. But and you could also, this would be so cute as a wheel if you wanted to put a little brad and do it so that it can spin, right? Yeah, Rini, Sherry says she just purchased and it was fine. Maybe you need to refresh your browser, or maybe it had a glitch because maybe we have so many thousands of people trying to order at once. I'm just kidding, but that would be nice. All right. So some of these are layered up too. I just want you to note that some of these are over stamped on top of each other. Okay, so I'm pulling some of those out. I'm just keeping the ones that actually go how they come together. So this one is a wreath, and I do have to, you know what? I have to find that girl again. Let me find my girl's face because I want to show you this if I can find it. Oh, here she is. Look how beautiful some of these look around. Isn't that so cute? Fitting perfect on so many of the girls, right? Let's see. This one's not, I don't have, let's see if I have any of these cut out so you can kind of, yeah, like here, she's cut out. So maybe look at that. Look how cute that is. I'm dying. Some of these will fit so nicely. And, you know, depending on where you put them too. So anyway, just to kind of give you a visual for sizes, okay? Anyway, here is the sun face, and again, the rays. These rays will go around so many different things, right? You can also use this face and other things separately too. I'm just so excited by all of them. Can you tell? All right, so we do have the sun. There it is. We got the moon. And this one says, trust the universe and breathe. I do love this one too because it is sort of a two-tone. And this one comes apart 3 times. So you got 3. You got the little moon face in the center. You got the, so maybe you don't want those words, so you can ditch that, right? And then this one's really fun because it is stars and stripes. But the cool thing is that you can overlayer those, or you can also just stamp half and half and get like a solid circle square, or just a stripe, not square, circle, sorry. Circle, stripe circle. All right. So there is your moon face. There's the sun face, the moon. Here is the floral wreath. This one is a peace sign. We could all use a little peace. And again, with sort of a two-tone circle there. Let me show you that one. This one. And I have to say, I do love this. This is so clever, okay? So it says happy, happy, happy all around in the middle. And then you have birthday, anniversary, or Valentine's. So let's go. I want to stamp this one for you real quick, okay? Just so you can see. Let's just get a little piece of square paper there. I'm going to just ink up Frida needs one. Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. That would be awesome. Oops, I didn't get it too centered, but that's okay. So anyway, if you want it to just say birthday, maybe you just want it to say birthday. Just going to ink up birthday, okay? So... And then, obviously, I don't know if these are very dirty, but you'll get the idea. So, birthday. And one thing I will tell you, it can help you. If you get some of these wheels, you may want to take a paint marker or something and mark where your words are on the inside of the wheel. This really helped me for spacing, okay? Because then you can set it where you want it, because you can kind of see the inside of the wheel while you're working. And I just inked up my word birthday. And then I can just go around. And my stamp is a little dirty, so just ignore that. Sorry, but you get the idea. You want to clean yours. So then you can just have it say happy birthday. Do a better job than me, but you get the idea. Okay. And then, of course, you could use this just as the happy part and use whatever other, happy Christmas, happy... retirement, whatever you want. But anyway, yeah. Or the other thing I thought that would be cute is if you do want, if you want to make it really easy on yourself, go ahead and just stamp and ink up the whole dang thing, right? Do that. Okay. And then you could, so then you have all of those stamped. You could then, of course, just highlight or circle or underline, the appropriate occasion. So anyway, just, yeah, maybe a little gimmicky, but in a cute way, right? So anyway, that, my friends, are the Whimsy wheels. I think, did I get through all of them? Yes, I did. Let me just show you these on the squares. Of course, this is just on watercolor paper, so any of these I can go in and paint or color if I want to mount them and make cards or cut them out, put them in a journal. So fun, so cute. All right, so I am going to get a piece of Clayboard. Catherine, your wishes come true. All right. So here I have a little piece of Clayboard, okay? It is just 4x4. So I am going to get my little Moonspiration guy here. And I just want to use that face. So I'm going to make sure that my stamp is clean. Which it's not. Now keep in mind the Clayboard is such a a really nice forgiving surface when doing this technique, that if I do get any little off stamp, excuse me, over stamping or anything like that, I will be able to easily wipe it away. I'm taking a little bit of my Moonlight Duo ink. Okay, this is my Moonlight Duo ink, and I do want to let you know, we are still having a special over at themoonandthemaker.com. All of these inks are 50% off whatever we have left. All the inks, all the ink pads, these are going and do work with the new ink pads that I'm coming out with. It's what I'm using on my little inkies. It is what I am using on my new ink foamies that are coming soon. The only reason that they are being discontinued is we are getting new packaging. Okay. And we are, bye Patty, go get your hair cut. Anyway, we have new colors, and there's going to be a larger bottle size. So, and new, like I said, new packaging. So if you love the Moonlight Duos or any of the Moon Glows, whatever we have left, go over to themoonandthemaker.com and grab them at 50% off. Okay. These are going to work with all the new stuff coming out. Anyway, I put a little bit of my blue black on my inky. I'm going to ink this up. And I don't even want that crown. So I'm just trying to get the face. Okay. All right, now it did have some residue, as you can see. I don't know if I call it residue, but a little, staining on there. What I'm going to do, because I don't want all that, I'm going to take a baby wipe and a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to wipe that away. Now keep in mind, this is Clayboard surface, and Clayboard is a hard panel. It is made here in the USA by Ampersand Art Supply. Again, it's a hard panel with a kaolin clay baked onto the surface. It is a very forgiving surface, but it is movable at first. So you do have to kind of keep that in mind when you're working. Okay. So I am using, again, a baby wipe, a little bit of rubbing alcohol, because I don't want that crown or the bust part. Okay. I just want the face. And it's smearing around a little bit. I don't mind because all that is going to be inked up and stuff anyway. Okay, so you can see, where did I put my little sample? Again, this is the same exact thing, only on a larger cradled Clayboard. Okay, so this is really nice, deep panel Clayboard, and so I will be working on these, not tonight, but I'll be sharing those. This is the same technique. Okay, so let me find the other little example so you can see kind of what I'm doing. Okay, all right, so there again, stamped in the Moonlight Duo blue black ink. I wiped away some of that, and I actually want to, I want to try, let's see, what one do I want around? I think I want these words. I want the moonstruck words. So I am also going to, use the same dark blue black. I will tell you, these words are kind of small. I mean, they're readable, okay, but when you stamp them, you want to be gentle, okay? Don't have a heavy hand. You want to have a light hand so that you'll get a nice crisp image, okay? And I'm looking for moon, what did it say? Let's see. Sparkling. That didn't it? Oh, I was. Oh, Wonderstruck. That's what I want. Or sparkling. I don't know. I just we'll just put it around there. Yay! All right, so there you have that. And I am going to blow dry just for a minute, okay? Phyllis, nice to see you. Debbie Martin, nice to see you too. Okay, so I blow dry just for a minute because I will tell you the clay board, the clay is a smooth surface, okay? So a lot of that ink will sit on top. You can still see it's kind of shiny. That will still move and smear. So you have to kind of be careful as you're applying your inks and stuff, okay? And I actually should have waited to stamp that. So I'm going to show you something, you know, it's kind of a mistake, right? So I don't actually want that. And it kind of might end up being cool because I think some of this will turn white. So I'm actually going to take some blue ink, and I do have, this is what is on my ink foamie, and you're getting a little sneak peek, okay? My ink foamie here has my Moon Glow dye ink on there, all right? Just squeeze a little bit out onto there, and also a little bit of the Moonlight White, okay? And then I'm going to take my inky, and I'm going to smoosh it around. You can also use your Scrap Buddy or Stamp Buddy, but I'm just going to use that to smear that around. Now, I will tell you too that I kind of messed mine up because I poked it on accident. So I'm going to smear all over this, okay? And I'm going to end up over stamping that again. So just ignore what I did. But I'm going to take my ink first, and I'm just going to apply it straight to my clay board. And I'm smearing around. My moon. All right, and now I'm going to take my, oh, and I will tell you too, not to ruin surprises, but the ink foamies, they're not all hearts, okay? But I do love the heart because I love that little pointed tip. And I also love these rounded edges. So more about those next week. Okay. So here again, have a little baby wipe, and I want to just do a little gradient. I'm going to start smearing this around a bit, moving it. It's getting a little, I have to move some of that off. And I'm actually going to go all the way around and wipe that circle away where my words were, okay? But anyway, this is such a fun technique. Again, very kind of therapeutic, very forgiving. Can be a little tricky, you know, but you just have to, like anything else, kind of get used to that substrate, get used to the materials that you're working with. And there, I got a nice little layer, okay? And now I think I'm going to blow dry again just for a quick minute. I'm also going to take a little, oh, where did I put those? Hold on, I got to see. Oh. I don't know how many of you remember the ink picks. We used to have ink picks. I cannot find those anymore. I've been looking for them, but the place where I used to order them doesn't carry them anymore. So I have been using the little paper stumps, or you can also use like a little, this is a silicone tipped rubber. This isn't what I recommend the most, but these or the tortillions. Let me see where I put mine. I had a couple little paper stumps and I don't know where they are now. Hold on, I got to find them real quick. Well, I was using them earlier, and now I do not know where they went off to. So that's okay. I'll just use this, but I'm going to need to clean it a little bit. Get my file here. Oh, goodness. So this is called a blending stump. They also call them tortilla. They have paper ones that are called tortillions. And like I said, I was using mine earlier, but I don't know where they went off to. So this will have to do. All right. So what I do is when my ink is still kind of wet, I am going to take and just move it with my blending stump. Okay. And I can actually do a little shading, pull some of that color around, little highlights. And, you know, you can always dip back into your ink if you want to or need to, okay? So maybe it's a little dry, so I'm just going to dip onto my ink like that. Pull that little eyebrow over a little bit more. Darken the... Or just, you know what, let me zoom in a little bit. See if that's a little bit better. And again, just making some of the shading a little nicer. Give her some cheeks here. And it's just pulling some of that ink around, okay? And you can always, again, dip back over. Kind of like painting. I had a class doing this, and it was called Painting by Moonlight. All about painting with inks on your Clayboard, okay? So the other thing I love to do then is to take another stamp. You can use your rubber stamps, or you could use, like this is called the dot maker. And I like to dip onto or tap onto a darker color. Let's go ahead and I'm going to load this up with a little bit darker of a blue here. Okay, and I'm just going to go around my edge using that sort of, you know, just as a pouncer to layer up color. Doesn't have to be the stamp, although I like the little dots. Let's see, it's just giving it kind of a gradient and just sort of building up that value a little bit more organically. You could even go in, oh, let's do it with a little bit of darker, some of the blue black, maybe very edges there. I know I'm keeping you a long time tonight. We had so much, so I thank you. Anybody who's still here, thank you so much. All right. So, you know, if you want to, again, to soften things a little bit, you can always go back in and be pushing your colors around and, you know, re-adding layers. Sometimes, again, since it is sitting up on that clay, it's still very movable, right? So sometimes I will, you know, get fingerprints and stuff. So you just want to go back and pounce it some more or blend it or whatever. And you can also pull color back off if it's getting a little too much, you know. Then the other thing that you can do, I do still want to maybe add a little bit lighter color in here. So let's just put a little of that lighter blue in these cheeks. Just smush it around a bit, maybe at the top of the eye. Okay, it really starts to come to life. But then the other thing that I want to show you is that Clayboard is not only additive, meaning you can add on top, you can subtract as well. So if I want to give a little bit more of a gleam in the eye, I can take my little craft knife or my little pokey tool, and we're just going to scrape out just a bit. Okay. Can you see that pretty good? Maybe at the top of the eye even, maybe I want her eyelid to just have a little bit more lightness. So I'm just going to scrape through that line there. Could you see that? So you can see that you can pull away some of the color using that. And that's how I did the little heart in her heart space. Maybe you would want to give, you know, some little rays going around. You know, you could pull some of the color out going around that way, like so. And really, I'm not saying that I would necessarily want that, but at least you can see what I mean. So fun. Yes, we should, you know what? We do have art files, so I will make sure that those are relisted, Justy. Okay. Yeah, it really creates a lot of depth. And now, since you saw me do that, I am going to go ahead and stamp those words back around again over the top. And you know what? Maybe I do want to pull out a little bit more color so that the words don't have to compete with that. So let me just took a little bit of rubbing alcohol again. And pull some of that out again very lightly. I'm going to dry it one more time. Also, I do, face looks a little weird. I want to use some of my shading up here to sort of fill this in a little bit better. All right. And again, I just want to ink this up with a dark color. We'll over stamp it here. Kathy Whitney says, what are art files? I'll show you. I have one here. Ooh, yay. Ta-da. Anyway, and then I'm going to take, and oh, I love, can you see how some of those dots still stand out there? I love that. I also love, and I can take a little bit, a little bit of rubbing alcohol on my ArtFoamie here. Just a little bit of alcohol, and then I'm going to pop that right onto there, and I hope you can see it will remove some of that ink just ever so slightly. Just give, I don't think you can really see it. You can see it better on there. Can you see that one? It just pulls out a little of the color and gives you some other, ooh, and then I had a little reflective color on there. Stamp that in there and voila. And then I don't like those cheeks. They're a little too, you know, a little too dark and too spotty. So I'm going to take that rubber tip tool with a little bit of my rubbing alcohol on there. And well, you know what? That's not working very well. I'm just going to use this. Lighten it down a little bit. And I will tell you, this is not working the best now because it's too dirty. Let me use my baby wipe. I wish I had a clean ink pick. I got a little smudgy, but that's okay. Ta-da. And then now I would tell you that in order to finish this off, I probably would let it dry a bit and then spray it with a little bit of some kind of varnish or fixative. See, and I still can move color and pull color, so I would really still want to be very careful with my words especially. But you can see sort of what some of those layers, even when I pull some of it off, what it does. And then now, again, let that dry and then spray varnish it. So super fun. I love, love, love doing this. You know, just like with all this stuff, I could spend hours, keep you here all night long, but I won't. Let us have a little giveaway. What I am going to be giving away tonight, I will give away the artwork that I created, and I also will give away a set of the Whimsy wheels of your choice. Okay, so or actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna, instead of doing that, because we have so many things coming out tonight, I just think I'm gonna do the artwork, and I will also how about just a $25 gift card? I think that'll be better, because then you can pick what you want. Okay, so who's here still for the numbers game? I am going to write a number on this little piece of paper right here. I'm going to ask you to guess a number between 1 and 100. The person that comes closest without going over will be the winner, and that will be the first person that says that number if more than one person chooses that number. You only get one choice, or one number. You know, you only get to pick one number, and I am going to give you until 5:31. It's 5:28. So please go ahead whenever you're ready, and I will tell you when to stop. Okay, so we have Sharon Robinson. Oh, thank you. Sharon Robinson, hold on one sec. I got to go back. And I got to stop for a second. And don't let me forget to show the art file. It's right here, and I'll talk about it too. I do interrupt myself, don't I? Okay. Sharon Robinson, 21. D. Ray, 7. Reenie, 33. Pancake and Lulu, 16. Becky, 11. Kathy Whitney, 39. Lydia, 22. Zandra, 23. Alba, 24. Sue, 13. Terry Moore, 18. Christine, 48. Sherry, 37. Sharon, 18. Ginger, 1. Orange Spiral, 65. Kathy, 35. Patty's Vintage Shop, 92. Stephanie Martin, 65. Janice, 26. Ellen, 22. Debbie Martin, 73. Jamie Hughes, 53. Megan Lochner, 14. Pam Shales, 34. Cecilia, 3. Acubanita, 15. Yolanda, 67. Sarah, 44. Gail, 81. Evelyn, 57. Kristen Hoffman, 25. Janine, 42. Catherine Guerrero, 68. Mary Lynn, 43. Bernadette, 70. Susan, 27. Just D, 48. Roberta, 29. Acme Post, 53. Carissa, 77. Susan Horn, 23. That's all I have so far. You have one more minute. Let me see. Do I have a winner? Oh my goodness. All right. Last call for numbers. So we had Roberta, 29. Okay, let me start back because I don't remember where I ended. So I had Susan, 27, Justy, 48, Roberta, 29, Acme Post, 53, Carissa Brownlee, 77, Susan Horn, 23, Candy Smith, 54. No more numbers. We are done. And we do have an on-the-nose winner, and that is, oh my goodness, Becky File at number 11. Okay, so you get the art plus gift card. I will email you. If not tonight, Becky, it'll be in the morning, okay? For 25 buckaroos for the ArtFoamies website. Congratulations. Thank you so much for playing. I love having you all join me. It makes me so happy. I hope it makes you happy too. Puffer, you're so funny. Evelyn, thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you so very much. Here, my friends, is an ArtFoamies file. It looks like a nail file. It is a coarse file, and I do use this for a variety of things. I use this for sort of roughing up the backs of things to make them more easy to adhere. I use this all the time to file the edges of my paper off, the edges of my artwork. So, you know, when I want to collage something so that I don't have to cut it, it just makes a very nice, seamless sort of, what am I trying to say? You know, it makes a very nice burnished edge. And so that is an ArtFoamies file. All right. Any questions or thoughts? I'm going to turn this camera around. And I want to say thank you again. Remember that the special is buy 3 Whimsy wheel or buy 2 Whimsy wheels, get 1 free through Monday. Okay. Becky, that's so awesome. She says, I picked 11 because I'm baking a cake for my granddaughter who's turning 11. That is awesome. So you can share your present with her. Anyway, so please, please come next week for Black Friday. We will be having all sorts of specials and savings, of course. We will have little gifties for you. Oh my gosh, we have so many fun things. I hope that you'll come back and see all of the new ink foamies. It's our new ink pads. I know I gave you a little sneak peek. I didn't really talk about them much tonight. I wanted to kind of share them because I've been using them so much. I couldn't really not use them. So I know it might have ruined a little bit of a surprise for you. I am still waiting on some packaging and stuff like that. So hopefully everything will be ready to go next week. If not, we'll just do it as a pre-sale and I'll still share everything with you. We will also be having a doodle pad and some other little goodies to share. Oh my gosh. I hope that you will consider joining me on Patreon. We have so many wonderful things planned for the new year. And it is a great place. You get all sorts. I don't know how many of you know, but you do get a permanent discount on ArtFoamies whenever you're my patron. And we do makeys almost every day. And this is the first time, I just have to mention, this is the first time since Patreon started that they are letting you buy them as a gift. So there is that. What else? So much new stuff. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I probably am, but that's okay. I've kept you long enough tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me as always. And you know the deal. Stay safe, stay sane, stay makey. I love you to the moon. I love you to the moon and back. And you know where to find me. If you have any other thoughts or questions, please join us this coming Sunday at 11 Central, 12 Eastern for my Zoom with Megan Quinlan and our calendar girls. We will also be having a little sneak peek of something fun over there. So I guess that's it, my friends. Thank you again. Have a wonderful evening, a great weekend, and I will see you real soon. Bye.